Yo guys, Jacob Bardoti here, back for another vlog, and today we're going to be getting into the sound system of my 2013 Mustang GT 5.0. So I bought some component door speakers, and this guy on Anything Coyote, which is a Facebook group for Coyote owners, he recommended these, so I kind of trusted him and went with it. So I'm going to go ahead and unbox them and show you guys what I got. So the Pioneer TSD1330C is the component speaker set that I got. The reason why I got this set is because it comes with the adapter plate, so that way it fits in the stock 6x8 speaker hole size. And also it comes with the crossover, so that way it has the tweeters and the woofer that are separate. So that way it's going to have the highs and it's going to have the mids and kind of punchy kicks that I really want. I also bought these Metra adapters. So what this is it plugs into the stock speaker plug, and you just wire these in positive and negative. The polarity is reversed on these, so you actually have to reverse what's positive and negative. I found this on a forum. I guess it's common for Mustangs, but you basically want the white, which is the positive, to be on the clip side. Basically just flip whatever it is that you're using as a wiring diagram, and you can also check the wiring diagram for our cars, and that's how you'll know that you're doing it right. But that's just something I learned looking on the forums and stuff before I did this. Don't worry about these because they're super cheap, so cutting these is a lot better than cutting the factory speaker wires in there, because that's wired to your car. These you could just unplug and plug in. So another thing that came in today was my window tint. I got it from eBay. It was 12 bucks. I already have 35% in the rear, and I figured until I want to have a professional install my 15% all around, I just want to see what 35 looks like, and at 12 bucks and I know how to tint, why not? I'm just gonna send it and see how it turns out. Before I get started, I wanna give you guys a baseline of what a bass Mustang GT sound system sounds like. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna load up on my phone a little bass test or speaker test thing, and I'm just gonna record with my microphone. Obviously it won't be 100% accurate, but it's as close as I can do, and I hope that you'll be able to notice the difference from the before and after. I'm just gonna go ahead, hop inside, and do a little before. So I have this video right here pulled up. It's from my favorites, and at 109 or 108, second track kind of starts, and I think that one's a lot better to test. So I'm gonna start this one, and we're gonna put it at the same volume, so I'll show you that real quick. Right there under the M, so the bars are under the M. Go ahead and get this started. I'll close this. So I'm looking for the bass and the kicks. So from what I can tell is it's trying, you can hear it trying to push that extra bass note at the end, but it's just not there. Like, it's just not able to produce it. So hopefully these kicks and stuff just get a lot punchier and the bass lines can actually be played. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started and disconnect the battery, and then we'll be all good to go to take off the door panel. Alrighty, so all I did was use a spade bit and cut the hole out. So as you can see, the hole's there. Let's test the fitment. I just used this 1.5 inch spade tool and then used a little file, a rounded file, and that's how I did that. So it fits right in there. So let me file the other side and we'll do the other one. Just trimmed off that tab right there. See, that's what it was before. Just snipped right off, really easy. Nice and easy. That's how it's supposed to fit. Done. I don't know why, but I have to have that Pioneer at the bottom. I'm OCD, even though no one's gonna see this. Either way, I have it right here, so the woofer is gonna attach here, tweeter's gonna go there, and I'll somehow have to run wires over to here, which is where I'm gonna put the crossover, and I'll just 3M tape it in here. So I've been working on where to place the crossover because that's the biggest hurdle right now, and I just wanna make sure it doesn't get wet. So the compromise, because it wouldn't stick to this vapor barrier, the compromise I have, I'm putting it right behind the door panel, just basically where all the stock speaker wiring was. So If it was safe for Ford to do that, I assume it's safe for me to do it as well. So I'm just gonna show you guys what I did. You can't even see it, but the crossover is literally right here. Like that's the 3M tape poking through right there, but the crossover's right here. This one goes to the woofer. This one goes to the tweeter right here. And then this is that metric connector. So here it is all done up. I have it placed in there. So I'm gonna reconnect the battery and do a little test and make sure this is working before I put the door panel back on.
I got an idea.
3 hours later.
Alright, it's been a little while since I've updated you guys, but I finished up the whole car. I did the driver door. It was really simple actually. The driver's side went by really quick compared to the passenger side. The passenger side was a lot of learning. Now it's all done and I tested it out. I plugged the battery, or just set the battery back on in between before I was putting on the door panel. So I got a little taste of it, but I need to do the N-gauge. I need to do my Lund tune again. So I'm gonna do that really quick. I'll show you guys kind of the process. It's not that hard. You wanna make sure that the door is closed, all the lights are off, your headlights are off and stuff like that. And after you've plugged in your N-gauge, it just goes down at the bottom. You just put your car onto on, don't start it. So just let it sit here. You just go to load tune. Mine's the 4th one right here. So right there. Flash this tune, yes. Goes through its process. Make sure you don't touch the key, don't open any doors. It tells you right there, just don't unplug it. Pretty common sense. And this little status bar will go all the way across, and I'll update you guys whenever we get to the end. Hopefully you guys can kind of see that. So everything's resetting, going crazy. Tune installed successfully. Turn the key off and then start the vehicle. So turn that down. Count for about 10 seconds. All right. Just fine. The other time that I did this and reconnected my battery, I started up my car and it just wanted to die because I do have the cold air intake, the exhaust and stuff like that. So first I thought something was wrong with my car, or I'd messed something up with my wiring or something, I don't know. But it turns out all it was just the tune, so I just flashed it and boom, we're back and now everything runs. So yeah, idle's fine. Holds it and then comes right back down and we're all good to go. I'm gonna pull up the same little base test. Go to 108. Make sure it's under the M, just like that. We're gonna see how it sounds. So my review is that I still need a subwoofer because I'm looking for a deep bass, but it's just not there because obviously it's just a small woofer in the doors. But I think it got a lot louder and clearer, and I think that the kicks definitely got punchier. If I did a full setup with the rear deck speakers and a subwoofer or 2 subwoofers, I think this car is going to be banging pretty good. I'm going to hold off on tinting the car. I'm going to do that tomorrow. It's getting dark and I just want to do it during the daylight and I have time before class, so I might as well just wait so that way I can see what I'm doing, and if there's any bubbles and stuff like that, maybe I can back it out and have it in the sun and just kind of bake out the bubbles. So I'll come back to you guys tomorrow. What's going on, guys? It's actually now the next morning, and today what I'm going to do is I'm going to fix there's a little sound or whatever that whenever I roll down the windows, I think the window when it's sliding down it's hitting one of the wires, so I'm just going to tuck that out of the way and I have to take the door panel off anyways because I'm gonna be tinting the windows. So all of this was $12 from eBay. It's just 35% window film pre-cut. And I didn't know this, but it actually included my quarter windows, which I'm not gonna do. It's really easy to tint your own windows. A lot of people get scared about it. The cutting aspect is kind of the scariest part, but since this is pre-cut, it's just soapy water and a squeegee, and that pretty much takes care of most of the work. I'll show you guys a little bit of me tinting my windows, and then obviously I'll roll it back and show you guys the after out there in the sun because that's where it really matters. All I'm gonna do to get started right now is to take off the passenger door panel, look at those wires and make sure nothing's messed up over there. and then I'll start tinting. So I definitely say this side had some issues. So what I noticed is, one, the cover on the crossover came off. So that sound I was hearing maybe was that. And also two, one of the tweeter plugs was unplugged. So it's a good thing I double checked. I know on the driver's side, I plugged in the connectors and heard a very nice snap. And I don't know if I did that on this side because I was learning. So I'll definitely make sure these are all plugged in better this time. And also, this one I will definitely need to attach somehow. So that way it doesn't do this again, because this is no good. All good. Now that the whole speaker thing is done, I can begin on the tint. So all I've done is I've separated the quarter window from the actual tint for the window. So the things that you'll need are just soapy water, a heat gun or a hair dryer if you might need that. I don't know, we'll see. A nice microfiber towel. I have this squeegee, which really you could get by with in a credit card, but I also have this just from Metro Restyling. So this can help tuck around seals, and then a new blade. So actually, since I just found out that this is kind of raised and I don't want to scrape that off, I'm going to use the plastic side of here, which can also be used to scrape. You also have to make sure you clean this off as you're scraping the window. There's never a video where there isn't an issue. So this time it's the freaking water bottle. The water bottle handle, basically trigger, just stopped working whenever I was trying to spray the freaking windows. So basically I had to toss up that whole entire thing of tint, even though it's 12 bucks. It's just a pain because I wanted to do it in this video. It was such a stupid small thing that could have been prevented. All I needed was a better water bottle, and I tried to switch halfway through and the glass just didn't let it slip because it was a mixture of quick detailer and soapy water. I'm so frustrated, but it's really not that big of a deal. It's just another week or so without tint. I thought I had everything lined up. I had soapy water, had everything ready to go. Everything was looking good and totally normal the same way I did the Focus, except while I was spraying, the freaking trigger locked down. It wouldn't come up and it just wouldn't pump and spray. It sucks. It freaking sucks. So when you usually do this, this is all nice and soaking wet, and then you just kind of slide the tint in place and you can get it around these seals. Well, this one, because I couldn't spray and I had to switch sprayers, stuff was starting to dry and it just was not happening. So with this one, when I was trying to move it, it would just skip, and because it would stick, and then I'd put enough pressure and then it would just pop to the next place, which if anyone's ever done tint, you know that's not how it's done. Looking back, it might actually be a blessing in disguise, because this looks darker than 35. I think this might be 15, which would be what I wanted to do originally. So I might just take it as a blessing and then just order 15% instead of the 35 I was gonna put on. This is looking pretty much the same as like 15%. So I think I'm just gonna order 15% and take it as a win, and I'll just revisit this some other time. So even though it's kind of a frustrating loss right there, I'm still gonna take it as a win, because maybe that 35% would have just had to come off anyways, and that would have been even more of a waste of time. So I'm just gonna have a positive outlook on it. So I'm gonna order the new tint right here, right now on my phone. Boom, right there, I just ordered it. It should be here on Tuesday of next week, so probably by Friday. So yeah, 50% tint is on the way. We're gonna revisit this. I do wanna get this car tinted. I just hate having no tint, and I just like it. I just like the murdered out look. While I'm at it, you know what I might as well do is I might as well order the side marker tint. So like I said, thinking positively, and it works out. So I'm gonna order that as well. Boom, so I just ordered the side marker tint as well. So I have new tint, new side marker tint, and everything coming in. So it's on the up. We're gonna make a video on tinting the Mustang again. But I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this video up right here. I know it wasn't really the best ending and all of that, but that's the way cars are sometimes. Obviously, as you can see in some of my videos, things don't go always as planned. There will be a video coming soon where I'll be tinting the side markers and windows, obviously, because I just ordered the parts. So comment, like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.